So embarrassed, I forgot my gloves. Must be what OJ felt like, you know? Woo! You guys are fun already, let's do it. OJ, let's talk about OJ for a minute. I have been watching all of the different OJ shows, because a bunch of them came out. In like 2016, 2017, there were like 3 different OJ themed shows that were like hour-long crime dramas and documentaries. I watched all of them, loved them. And OJ's out now, like in, I think like 2017 he got parole or whatever. So he's gotta just be at home getting caught up, right? Like I imagine OJ watching all these shows at home, sitting on his couch just like, man, none of this reflects well on me, but god damn it, this is some good television, you know? Cuba Gooding Jr. is killing it right now. I also feel like he's watching those TV shows about him because he's the only person who can nitpick the OJ shows. You know? Like, you ever been watching a show with one of your shitty friends and they're like, oh, that's not how physics works. They wouldn't survive that fall. Which is a terrible person to be around. But OJ, only one who can watch these shows and just sit there like, nah. Nah. It's not how I stabbed her at all. It's more like this. I don't know how I stabbed her, I wasn't there. These shows are, I like the shows mostly because they're informative for me. Like, I was born in '96, OJ stuff, when that happened, was not on my radar. Like, the only thing I cared about was Power Rangers at that time. So like, so growing up, I knew that OJ got acquitted, but I also thought that whatever he went to prison for at least had something to do with the murders. Turns out, a whole other thing. And the other thing is weird. Because what OJ actually went to prison for was stealing back sports memorabilia that was stolen from him at gunpoint. You guys realize how crazy that is? Think about this. Okay, OJ murdered 2 people, got away with it, and then was like, hey, that's my ball, and then went to prison. You guys don't think that's a little absurd, maybe? I don't know. Prison's like a fascinating subject for me. Like, when I was 12, we'll just get to know each other real quick. When I was 12, I had a stepdad go to prison, which is a total stepdad move. Total stepdad. Like, as far as like stepdad moves, it's like, you know, verbally abusing your mom, buying you a PlayStation or dirt bike so you'll love him, going to prison. Those are the 3. That's the holy trinity of stepdads named Vince. I did have a stepdad go to prison. What happened was he got laid off from his job, and then we couldn't pay our rent, so he was like breaking into people's homes, stealing like petty stuff, and pawning it off to pay the rent. And I had no idea, you know, I was just a kid. So I just thought everyone's family had like a constantly rotating library of like 900 DVDs. Like on a Tuesday, I'd be like, when did we buy I Am Legend? On Thursday, it was gone. You know? Didn't even get to watch it yet. It was weird, like, it was kind of like losing a father figure, but a little different. Like, a lot of people have that joke where they're like, oh, my dad went to get cigarettes and then never came back. My stepdad went to go get someone else's TV, came back 2 years later with more tattoos. It's a bit different. Man, my mom had to, you know, tell me, because I noticed when he wasn't there. And like, you can't just like make something up. Like, you can't be like treated like my dog and told me that he went to go live on a farm. You know, I would have some questions. Yeah, you know, you went to go live on a farm. Like, to have more room to roam around? Way less room to roam around at this particular farm. Is it the same farm my dog went to? No, this one's real, actually. This one is real. No, your dog's definitely dead, for sure. I was 12 when all this happened, so that's a weird age to have a parental figure go to prison like that. Like, I was busy at school learning about persuasive essays, while my mom was at home writing one for a judge. So weird. I don't know how to end that joke without bumming you guys out. I'm still working on it. It's fine. It's cool. It's cool. I've got a real dad too. He's awesome. I just visited him today. We're very different dudes. Like my dad is super into woodworking. If you can't tell by the everything about me, I'm not. My dad has 3 separate photo albums on his Facebook devoted to just wood. I checked every single one of his photos. 2 of me. 2 of me. One of them I'm chopping wood, so I'm not sure it counts. I'm not really sure. Why do you have that? Why do you have a picture of me chopping wood? It's my proudest moment. My dad just finished going through a divorce. And it was a pretty rough divorce. It was my stepmom who I had for years, who I never got along with. He never got along with her either. I don't know why they were together, really. But it was a really petty divorce. Like, at one point, they were arguing over a toaster. Because my stepmom was like, it's my toaster, I paid for it. You know, I'm gonna sue you if you don't give it to me or whatever. And I was like, all right, fine, whatever. But before giving the toaster back to her, my dad took it apart, took out a lever, so now when you push it down, it just comes back up. Because I'm 22, I didn't know divorce got that petty. Petty enough to ruin someone's breakfast. She also asked for a leaf blower back, like an electric leaf blower. My dad took it apart, rewired it. Now when you turn it on, it just sucks up 10 leaves and shuts off. Evil genius, that man. He's wild. My dad, he fixes houses for a living, like he renovates them and flips them or whatever. Which is cool, but like every time I go visit him, like today, he always is like telling me about all the renovations he does in a way that is like, he thinks it's the most fascinating thing, but it's super boring. Like, older people telling you about their renovations is like a kid at show and tell with his shitty toy. It's always exactly the same. It just starts, so this is my door. It was broke, but we fixed it. I have another one at Grandma's. And did you know, hey, know what's something about this door? It used to be red. Dad, I don't care about any of that. But on the inverse, if he was telling like an older person about that renovation, it's the most riveting shit they've ever heard. Like if my dad was telling my old ass Aunt Carolyn about that, she'd just be like, oh wow, John, this is your door? John, it looks fantastic. Oh, John, what color did it used to be? Oh, wow, John. This is not a character, that's how my aunt talks. Whoa, that is 40 years of smoking. John. My roommates hate me now because I just walk around the house. Oh, wow, John. Girlfriend left me because I kept saying it in the bedroom. She left me for a coworker. That's just kidding. Just kidding. Nice good time. I'm pretty white. So white, I once thanked a police officer for pulling me over. I was lost. So he was like, son, do you know why I pulled you over? I was like, no, but honestly, thank God, because what else was I gonna do? Do you know my mom's number? This is an impression of a boomerang that wants to get away from its abusive owner. Okay? It's a boomerang that wants to get away from its abusive owner. Ready? Oh shit. Oh shit. Here we go. It's gonna be different this time. Fuck yeah! Yes! Woo! Yeah! Yes! Woo! Yes! Woo! No! 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 God, why? No! Kill me!
Facebook, they're posting pictures of their babies, and one of them posted a picture of her baby, and she was like, he's in the 5th percentile for weight, but 95th percentile for head circumference. I was like, that's a really long way to say you got an ugly baby. Man, the politics is crazy, isn't it? And weed's legal now. Alright, yeah. So I thought I'd give the devil's lettuce a go for the first time, and, well, I'm gay now. As I suspected would happen. Not even once. Hey, speaking of gay, I was listening to Bohemian Rhapsody on the way here. And, well, I'm just saying, you know, whatever, he's bisexual, I guess. There's some people who get mad about that or whatever. But isn't Freddie Mercury so good, like you wish you were a little bit gay, you know what I mean? He's just that good. You're like, man, I almost want to be gay now, you know? You know what I mean, girls? Also, speaking of gay, have you guys seen Ellen's new show with her game show? Have you seen that? Her new game show? Isn't Ellen adorable? Isn't Ellen just like the sweetest? Oh, come on, you're all about to really piss me off. You don't like Ellen? I mean, it's one thing if you like Donald Trump. I'm not one of these people who get all pissed about people liking Donald Trump, but if you don't like Ellen, just get the hell out of my house, you know? Hey, I have a little bit of a drinking problem. I knew I had a drinking problem when I was leaving the liquor store, and she was like, see you tomorrow. I was like, you will, you don't gotta say that, Diane, you know? I learned that returning 200 beer cans is a lot cooler in college than when you're 30 years old, you know? When you're 22, you walk in that store, you're like, yeah, this is all me, chief, this is all me, my roommates barely helped with this. What's that? Yeah, no, all me. Wait, what? Oh, you don't give a shit? Okay, yeah, cool. But when you're 30, you're like, oh, please no one from work be there. Please no one from work be there. You run into Amy and she's like, oh, we just got out of church. You're like, oh, that's really nice. Yeah, this is my dog. He likes to drink a lot. It's not me. But, I'm not too worried about it because I haven't done any, like, blow in a while. You know what I mean? Okay, so what I'm saying, if someone's holding out there, hit me up after the show, you know? How you doing, man? You look a little sad over there. No? Alright, well, I'm going to try and cheer you up anyway, because I think you're a little sad at a comedy show, which is doubly sad. And, you know, even though I drink a lot, I stay pretty thin, and people are like, man, what's your secret? And I'm like, oh, I'm just one of the lucky ones, you know? And they're like, oh, you got good genes. I was like, nah, my mom smoked cigarettes when she was pregnant with me. A couple days back, they're like, yeah, me too. My mom didn't tell me until I was 17. She lied about it all the way up until then. She was like, no, I smoked half a pack of cigarettes a day when I was pregnant with me. I was like, that makes a lot of sense. No, I'm kidding. I got AIDS, guys. What's the deal with AIDS? How come nobody's talking about it anymore? You know what I mean? In light of the Me Too movement, I had to update my resume. Had to put on there, never show my dick to anybody that didn't want to see it. Call me old-fashioned. I like my sex mutual, but I put it on there because I guess that's not the thing anymore. But we all lie on our resumes, right? You know? And, I guess it's not entirely true because my cousin did walk on to me masturbating once, which is like, you know, pretty vulnerable place to catch yourself in, you know what I mean? Dick in your hand, finger in your asshole. Oh, you don't play with your dick when you masturbate? Singers! Hey, I have 2 cats. I kind of hope they'd be dead by now. You guys didn't even hear me. I should have let you keep laughing. It's so funny. Depressed guy's almost laughing. But yeah, I have 2 cats. Kind of hope they'd be dead by now. The vet warned me that if I let them be indoor-outdoor cats, their life expectancy goes from 20 years to 6 years. I was like, how long if they live purely outside? And it hasn't happened yet, so like I've been putting their treats in the street and shit, you know? One of them left for 3 weeks, came back fatter than before. I was like, you fucking bitch. Came back and you're cheating on me. Hey, you ever wonder if your significant other's cheating on you and you bring it up and they're like, if I was to cheat on you, I'd let you know. And you're like, wow, that made me feel so much better. Cool, you guys have broken relationships too. But yeah, my girlfriend was like, your cats kind of look like raccoons. I was like, yeah, they kind of do look like raccoons. And then she was like, oh my God, they're raccoons. I'm like, oh my God, they are raccoons, you know? I got a really bad vet. I love my dog a lot more than I love my cats. You know, one of our favorite things, I like to put a little peanut butter in my balls, you know? Go to the park and play a nice game of fetch, you know? Which is also helping keeping property values under control. I'm a busy guy, girlfriend, you know, cats, dogs, puberty, 12 pot plants. It's busy, you know? I went to the vet with my dog, and he's like, he needs to exercise every day. I was like, bitch, you exercise every day? I was like, you thought my raccoons were cats. You're an idiot. Oh, that was cool. I grew up, no segue. I grew up in a interesting situation. I actually have a Jewish father and a Christian mother. Right? What made Easter a really contentious holiday in my household. And it's difficult. Nobody accepts you, right? Jewish people, they don't accept you because they're dicks, but also because if your mother's not Jewish, they don't count it because it's like a matrilineal thing. And then Christians don't accept you because you killed Christ, you know? But come on, guys, don't crucify me for that one. Am I losing it? But I also found out that my non-Jewish half was like 100% Dutch, which was difficult because I already knew I was a cheap bastard, but then I found out I was a frugal son of a bitch too, you know? Okay, so I'm saying if you got a dinner party, don't expect me to bring anything. If you have dinner rolls, I'm probably going to steal those too while I'm there. Not your dinner rolls. It's my mission to make you laugh. All these laughing people, and they're just over there. Listen, my life sucks too, dude. Actually, that entire table's life sucks over there. Yeah, so that was a little difficult. That was difficult growing up. You know, stand-up comedy is on the list of things I'm allowed to do. It's just not very high on that list. You know what I mean? It goes something like this: doctor, lawyer, accountant, rabbi, engineer, movie producer, which used to be number 4, but thanks to Harvey Weinstein is now number 6. Banker, stand-up comedian, and professional wrestler. Yeah, fuck yeah, Goldberg. I didn't forget about you, bitch. I bought this shirt for $35 in a vintage store in Chicago and had to think about it for a long time because I'm cheap. What? Go Ducks?
Go Ducks.
Oh, okay, sorry. I was like, this isn't Mighty Ducks, dude. Well, it would have made sense me talking about Freddie Mercury earlier. We are the champions and shit. But yeah, girls. My girlfriend, naturally, she's Asian, she's super hot, and man, she was an expensive mail order bride, I'm telling you. No, I'm kidding. I got a great deal on her. Haven't you been paying attention? I wouldn't overpay for that. Yeah, she really is beautiful. And I don't mean to brag or nothing. I'm just saying, you're looking at me right now, I'm like a 7. When I get naked, I quickly drop to a 5 because I'm covered in moles. I've got no chest hair, a ton of nipple hair, a pot belly kind of like Dale Gribble from King of the Hill, you know what I'm saying? Wear my socks too tall, like during sex and shit, you know? And I'm just saying, you know, when we go places, people are wondering because they see me with a really beautiful woman, and they're like, he must have like, you know, something like a really big, you know, bank account, right? And the truth is, she just got 3 kids. Otherwise, she'd be completely out of my life. And I like to think, you know, because she wakes up at 8, gets some clothes on and stuff. She's a 9 with the right Snapchat filter. She's a 10. I'm telling you. And so, like, at any given time, statistically, she's like 2 looks levels higher than me at any given time. So I like to think kids 1 and 2 make up for the looks level difference. But kid 3 lets me be an asshole sometimes. It's pretty nice. You know, I'll be being a dick, and she'll be like, hey, and I'll be like, hey, kid 3, you know? But she's great. I would definitely recommend dating a girl with some kids. It'll be worth the extra shipping costs. I promise you, I promise you. And the reason why is because, like, a girl with a few kids, she'll barely cheat on you. Like, hardly at all. You won't even notice, you know? Hey, sorry, not being a downer. It's a joke. But I'm not saying my girlfriend cheats on me, but if she did, I wouldn't even be mad. I'd just be like, damn, babe, where do you find the time, you know? You earned that dick, you know what I'm saying? I like that kind of response. Oh my God. One time I was bombing really hard and didn't even know, and someone in the audience was like, Jesus Christ! And I've got video of it, and that's like the funniest part of the whole set. The moral of that story is don't do rape jokes when you're brand new at comedy. Just don't do it. It's not funny. You're not changing the world. The really convenient thing about her oldest is 18, so like my dealer and girlfriend live in the same house, you know? I'm kidding, he's on probation, guys. Or girls. I'm trying to stick with calling everybody girls. I think that's funny. You know what I mean, girls? And the youngest, so he stole a little bit of my weed recently, and like enough to where I noticed. Okay, don't be all like, oh, bad parent or something. You all know you're up to shit when you're that old. So he stole some. I talked to my girlfriend, like, we gotta confront him about this, you know what I mean? So I'm going in to be dad, knocking his door, opening him up. And I'm like, so, how was it? He's like, I need to go to the hospital. Amateur. And he died. Which is a good way to know if your weed is any good. As if it kills a 14-year-old. Man, I wish this was smoother right now. Hey, raw dogging it right in there. Thanks. My name is Aaron Cohen. I'm also in the semifinals at Flying First in Grand Rapids, but didn't get a shout out because I'm the Jew, so thanks.
This might surprise you, but I haven't accomplished most of my life goals. So I am now downsizing. I do want to read the Bible, I do. But at this point in my life, I know in order to do that, I'm gonna have to spend 6 to 12 months in jail. Just need confinement, lack of options, nothing else to do. Seems like a dope-ass place to focus. So if I ever get arrested for like felony possession of a controlled substance with intent to distribute, that's really just me putting God first. You want to keep God first in your life, God, family, football. A lot of talk of how the prison system fails to rehabilitate, but not enough talk of how 9 out of 10 inmates leave prison in the best physical shape of their lives. Nobody's talking about that. I'm in pretty good shape for a comic, so comics ask me for workout tips sometimes, and I tell them to go to jail. See it as an opportunity. You know, but they'll be adamant. They're like, come on, dude, you know, I'm actually on my way to the gym. So, you know, just help me out. Tell me what should I do? And I'm like, dude, don't go to the gym. All you gotta do is get caught in the backseat of a stolen car with like 1 to 5 grams of cocaine, you know, depending on your fitness goals. How much weight are you trying to lose? Like, you trying to tone up? You trying to bulk up? Help me, help me, help you. That's what I'm here for. Good friend support. I was hanging out with this girl. I had skated to her house. And as I was skating past her kitchen, I noticed that she had 2 pieces of bread left, but not 2 end pieces. She had an end piece followed by a regular piece, which meant that she eats her bread in order. And I had to leave. Because I don't have that kind of structure in my life to date someone who eats their bread in order. And the bread was still sealed with that little blue twist tie. She went through an entire loaf of bread without losing that little blue twist tie. And that's a level of fucking responsibility that I'm not on at all. 2 pieces into a loaf of bread, I lose that twist tie, so then I have to tie my bag into a knot, and then when I come back for a sandwich, I have to cut the bag open because I tied the knot too tight. And only wanted 1 sandwich, but now I have to make 3 to give myself extra bag space to tie another knot. So it's like, let's be honest, I'm not gonna be able to meet her needs. Skate it off. I got real hood uncles, real old school. I don't know if you guys remember, but in the beginning of text messaging, it was considered like a violation to text message another man. Like for some reason, guys was real uncomfortable texting another dude. because for some reason, you know, texting with men led to sex with men. Naturally, you know? But they was like real passionate about, like, you know what, you'll catch me out here texting another nigga, what the fuck I look like texting another man? What, first we texting, then we fucking, hell no, you call me, which sounds gay in itself, like you call me, I wanna hear the sound of your voice, I wanna hear those vocal ups, like, that's gay, bro. That in itself is gay. I was hanging out with this girl and she told me that her parents wouldn't like me. And that kind of fucked me up a little. It was really weird for me because I usually do pretty well with parents, like especially moms. Like me and moms usually vibe pretty well. But she told me her parents wouldn't like me, so immediately I was like, well then your parents must be racist, right? And she was like, no, idiot, my parents aren't racist at all. My parents wouldn't like you because you're financially unstable. And that shit hurt my feelings. A lot. Like a lot. I was like, damn, I would rather them be racist. I would rather them be racist than to hate me for some shit that I have full control over. That cuts deep. I don't like honest criticism. Also, her parents are black. I don't know how racism works, but what I do know is that I'm not financially unstable because that would suggest that sometimes I have a lot of money. Which I don't. I live in Los Angeles, and people complain a lot about Los Angeles traffic. And I take that shit personally because if not for Los Angeles traffic, if I wasn't stuck in traffic every day, I probably wouldn't call my mom every day. We've grown so close, so close. Like, I'll give you an example. I don't have any kids, right? But what I do have, I have 16 nieces and nephews. And you guys are like, damn, that's a lot. How many brothers and sisters you got? 1. So that's the introduction to my dysfunction. Give me a second. I'll clarify. I have 1 brother and 1 sister, and my brother has 7 kids. That includes 2 kids. They're the same age. They're not twins. Process that. And my sister has 9 kids. That includes a set of triplets. It's 3 kids. You guys know that. There's 3 kids, but there's 2 fathers. There's 2 different dudes between the 3. Like one guy fathers 2 of the triplets and another guy fathers the other. And I know you guys are like, how the fuck is that possible? And shit, I don't know. Probably the same way you find an onion ring in your french fries. And no one knows. But you still eat that shit. The point is that there was a 10-car pileup, like on the Highway 405, and me and my mom talked for like 3 hours, and when she dies, I get the house now. There's that. Speed through this. Me and my girlfriend broke up, and I was in a dark space. Like, I was really depressed. I had never had my heart broken before. So I was just spending a lot of time alone in my room with no human contact, just really, just catching up on a lot of porn programs, just trying to, I don't know how you guys breathe, but that's my process. But it was so weird. I was watching porn in weird ways because I was like watching it just like trying to find deeper meaning, in the porn, just like really trying to connect, right? Like I saw a video that I liked and I don't want to like finish to completion, so I paused the video and I opened another tab and then I just like Googled the actress's name to read her bio and her story, to see like where she's from, to see how she got introduced to the industry, to see, why is she doing this? Is she passionate about the art form, or is she just doing this for a check? Because if she's just doing it for a check, then I can't give her this part of me, you know what I'm saying? This means more, Like I needed it to be honest, I needed it to be genuine, especially because I'm an artist. I need that level of authenticity as an artist to artist, you know what I'm saying? Which is why I tend to watch more amateur stuff. Because pro stuff, like those girls, they say things and they don't mean them, and that shit affects me. Like I was watching a video and a girl was like, oh my God, this is the biggest dick I've ever had. And I paused that video and I opened another tab and I searched more videos to see if she's had bigger dick, because please don't lie to me right now. My girlfriend left me, I'm vulnerable, I'm hurt, this is all I got.